What's good? It's Postman, liveoffbeats.com. I don't got the t-shirt on today, and that's because I was on my way out the door, literally, and I was like, oh, I didn't do a video for my peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? I give them that inspiration. And what made me really, like, I got to do this because I went to the gym this morning, and because I got up at 5, so I got up at 5 in the morning, at 5 a.m., you know, probably some of y'all was probably snoring and shit like that. I got up, went to the gym, 24-hour fitness, and you know, I generally don't watch the news. I mean, I don't watch it, period. So most of the time, when people have news, like big events happening in the world and shit, like, I find out days later. Like, man, did you hear about that shit? I find out when I go to the barbershop. Generally, that's how I find out news. Like, I go to the barbershop, and they're like, man, did you hear about this big thing? You know, I'm like, nah, I didn't even fucking know. I wasn't even aware. I'm in my own world, doing my own thing. But anyway, but when you're at the gym, they have the TVs up there, you know, because I was on the treadmill doing my cardio. And, man, I mean, you know, it's just crazy. They had about 2 different news stations on. Like I said, I hate the news, and watching this, do you realize that every other story was about somebody dead, somebody murdered, and I mean, it was just death. Like 100 people didn't die. I done found out about 100 deaths and murders before breakfast. Like, how can a normal functioning human being, like, really function at their full capacity with that type of garbage coming to your mind before you even go eat breakfast, like, to start your day with that bullshit? I mean, the media is a crock of shit, man. I mean, like, why do you have to feed people this state of fear all day? So they're going to go in there a whole day just scared to death of everybody and wonder why we all scared of each other, why people don't fucking expand to their full potential and capacity, why people hold on tight in fear. You know, it's just crazy. You know, and then I'm gonna write there to Obama, like, yo, man, like, what the fuck, son? Like, you know, you tell me you want to fix the country, or you want to fix the goddamn country, fix this crap ass media that just feeds fear and terror into people. So I mean, before breakfast, I mean, God, at least wait till, you know, in the evening time where I don't have to be productive anymore. I mean, it was just crazy. Tour bus crash, 10 people dead, and all this stuff. I'm like, well, why don't you go find all the positive shit that people did, you know, this morning and yesterday, and talk about that? And then that way, people will feel positive going out in the world and be creative and be loving to each other because they feel good. I mean, this ain't rocket science. So, you know, I just had to tell that story because, you know, what are you feeding your mind? That's what are you feeding your mind? And then a good place to start is what are you feeding your body? Because what you're feeding your body is probably, you're not feeding your mind healthy shit. You're not going to feed your body garbage while feeding your mind healthy things. You're not going to feed your body healthy things or feeding your mind garbage. So look at first, physically, what are you eating? That should be an indicator of what you're putting into your mind. But you got to protect your mind, man. Especially you're doing something that requires you to be positive, to push through challenges, to look around and say, okay, what do I got to do next? To be clear, to have your emotions stabilized and feel good and feel in a good state because you're creating this for yourself. You're not in a role where you can just go like a robot to a 9 to 5. I mean, you may be going to that, but you're trying to build a music production career, a music production business, a music production life. So what are you feeding your mind? That's the question I want you to ask yourself throughout the whole day. What am I feeding my mind? Because that's going to express itself through your reality. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to switch and feed our mind new things. That's why I said I was on my way out the door. I said, I got to do this. That really, I'm like, man, because you turn TV on, you get death, destruction, and fear and terror, you know. And I'm like, well, at least, you know, you can come live off beach in the morning before breakfast, you know what I'm saying, before you go to work or whatever you got to do, put in your time, put in your effort, and you have be inspired, man. You know what I mean? Like, change this planet. Like, people say, I want to change the world, trying to tell you, well, then you fucking go on and turn TV. And I know I'm ranting, but I mean, I was just so pissed off watching that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you feed people and wonder why people go shoot up schools and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wonder, like, why do people go do all this crazy stuff? Well, I mean, yeah, you feed them just this negativity constantly. I mean, I was appalled. I'm sorry, I know. But it's because I don't watch the news. So I don't know that this is what they do. You know, I knew before that, you know, if you watch it, they got nothing but negativity. But I haven't sat there and watched the news in so long that I didn't know they have gone down to this degree. To put so much fear and destruction and terror in you before you even eat your goddamn Fruity Pebbles. You know, I mean, that's just sick, and it's sick-minded. These are sick people. And they think that I'm crazy because I'm saying you're sick for fucking perpetuating this garbage in the minds of the people before they go out and even can be productive in the day. And I know people sit and watch that shit all day. Like, and their world sucks, man. I mean, you have to suck to be in that world. So, again, that's just my, you know, I rant because, again, I was so just frustrated. Like, it's like counterproductive to the work that I do, because I want to see the world change for better. And they're just like, you know, and then they cry about why is the economy so bad, why are people doing this, and why are people killing each other, why are people hate each other, and all this stuff. And then you pump that out into the minds of millions of people before they even can fucking walk the dog and, you know, eat the Cheerios and shit. So, you know, again, so this is a rant from a sane human being, which people think I'm insane because I'm the, you know, different one than what they putting out. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's normal. And if you bring it to most people, they'll say, well, you got to know about, you know, 10 people dying, you know, fucking 100 miles away. Why do you have to know that? I don't know. I haven't figured out a reason why a human being has to know about 10 murders 100 miles away. I haven't figured that out yet. How are you going to utilize that in your life, having that type of knowledge? I don't know. I haven't, and people tell me all the time. I say, man, you probably shouldn't be watching that crap. Well, I gotta know what's going on. That's not what's going on. That's happening in one small part of the planet. There's all types of good stuff happening. All types of people prospering and stuff. Then they go what? And then they want to hate the rich people and hate everybody. You know, it's a ridiculous thing. So what do you feed in your mind? Hopefully you feed and live off beats. Because if you feed and live off beats, boy, I tell you, you're gonna be in, man. Your life is gonna be great. Because the positivity and the real shit that we putting in here, that you get here, man, it's going to start to manifest. Even if right now, you know what I'm saying, like, you like, man, I ain't seeing much change. Don't worry, just keep listening to it. Because I learned that everything has a gestation period, which is when you water the seed, right? It's like when you plant a seed, you don't say, okay, well, damn, this goddamn orange tree ain't grew yet. I'm just quitting. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to water the sun and water, but you know that by doing that, it got to bear fruit. And that's the same with our mind. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I always put money-making shit in there. I put in self-development and positive shit for my emotions and my prosperity, so I have a positive outlook on life. And even in today's world, I mean, usually I would say you would have to really go OD on that shit because you've already been programmed so deeply with that bullshit. I mean, you've been every day of your life probably growing up. I mean, you probably went to school and it was just garbage and you went to, you know what I mean, just your whole life growing up, most likely, unless you had great parents who just sheltered you from all that stuff and only pump positivity. There are some people that I have met that have had that type of fortunate upbringing. I unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever, did not. So I had to do it the hard way, which is do all this shit in my, you know, early 20s and late teens. And no matter how old you are, you better start now. And the one thing that I found though, like, things are happening a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but if you start now and just start going, things will happen a lot quicker than people who started 5 years ago. You know, and there's a reason for that, but I'm not gonna get into it. And so what I'm saying is, what are you feeding your mind? I gotta go because I gotta go handle business. You know what I'm saying? Get to work, get back to work. You know what I'm saying? What are you feeding your body? I'm on that carrot juice right now. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting, boy. That's disgusting shit right there, boy. But you know, I care about my health because I care about being in optimum states. I care about how my body is. I care about how I feel. I care about how my life is going. I care about being happy. I care about that shit, goddammit. And I see a lot of people just don't give a damn. They do care, they just don't know that it can change, and so they just don't even realize they stuck in a funk. And see, I'm out my funk, baby. Fresh out the motherfucking shower. So what are you feeding your mind? Feed it positive stuff. Feed it money making stuff. Feed it live off beat. I say just feed the shit live off beat. Yeah, I know it's self promotion, but I don't give a damn. Feed the shit live off beat. I got like 100 videos, audios, all that shit, and all that shit free. God damn it, ain't like you got, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit free, so just use it, man. Listen to shit over and over again. Even if you know it already, listen to it over and over again and see what happens in your life. So, that's what I'm saying. And that's just what it is. So, liveoffbeats.com, feed your mind. And like I always say, again, this one's a little bit shorter because I have to go. I don't even get to have my t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying? But I have to stick to this commitment and consistently put out these videos for you. My goal is a video a day, or 365 videos a year this year, and I feel like I could really make an impact. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, me making an impact in the planet. You know what I'm saying? Because I know thousands of people watch these videos, so, and thousands of producers specifically. So that, I mean, you change the producer, you change the world. I don't think many producers, they get into the field not understanding music. You probably haven't really deeply understood the role that music plays in society, in the world, and the evolution of the world. Probably don't think that deep yet because you're too busy just trying to tread water on life and shit, trying to survive. You know, that's how they keep you, so you don't go deeper. But music, the music producer is one of the most responsible people for peace and bringing people together on the planet. I mean, I'll give you just those little nuggets out there, just because if you watch this, I'm going to give you some nuggets. What has brought people together on the planet, races and everything, more than music? Think about that. I mean, like, generally speaking, the most integrated places are clubs, places where they play music, right? I mean, just think about what I'm telling you, right? The most integrated places, like, you go to a club, especially like in LA, New York, you know what I'm talking about, Miami, if you're a club. And even back in segregation times, the times you would see people together would be in clubs where you have all these different races, music. And if you really think about it, I mean, if you're black and white people listen to your music, if you're white, black people listen to your music. If you're Asian, you have good music. I mean, everybody listens to each other's music. I mean, you were able to take the culture. I mean, look at what Bob Marley did with the peace movement and the music and One Love. What I'm saying is, and all that shit took music producers to bring that into effect. So music producers, of course, I always say, you know, underpaid and overplayed. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give you credit, because most of the motherfuckers don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know, because I'm a motherfucking producer. So I'm telling you, it's a very important role on the planet as a music producer. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you take, you know, you take it serious. You know, when I say take it serious, I mean just really develop your potential in it and really get your music out there, because it's in you and it's your vision. And you got to put it out to the world. That's what it's about. If you ain't doing that, you ain't doing shit. Don't you realize what I'm saying? You just ain't doing nothing. You can play around with it, you know what I'm saying, get offended by it. Like, what you mean I ain't doing? I done did all kind of shit, and you ain't doing nothing. All right, okay, all right. You doing something. But you ain't doing what you really love, and that's the key. Because that's your legacy. That's what you're leaving behind. Don't you get what I'm saying? What you're leaving behind, that's your legacy. That's your impact on the planet. If it's going to be music, then let it be music, goddammit. Then you got to let it be that. You got to do what it takes. You got to market it. You got to say, okay, I'm going to go into it and be serious, man. Don't tread motherfucking water and bullshit all goddamn your life. You understand what I'm saying? Because I see it, and I've seen it happen to people, and I watch it. You know, that's a sad-ass life. And some of it is people that I know, you know, and I feel bad. You know, I really do. So don't end up like that. So anyways, I got to get out of here and get to work. I told you that minutes ago. So like I always say, just take a step in the right motherfucking direction right now. So I'm asking you to do. When I ask you to change the planet, upload a beat. Twitter that person that is the A&R. You said you've been holding back all. You know, I was gonna do this. I'm gonna do it this when I'm ready. No, your ass is ready now. And just do it. Whatever you've been sitting there knowing you got to do, and you've been sitting there holding and twiddling thumbs up your ass, and you've been procrastinating. Just take that one step right now. Just do that one thing. I ain't saying do everything. Do that one thing. And what I guarantee you is when you do that, you're going to start to get momentum. You're going to feel on cloud 9. You're going to start to break through. And because it's all about movement. You understand what I'm saying? Taking that action. I find a lot of people they freeze up on the action part for whatever reason. Then don't freeze, like we talked about in the other video. Don't freeze up on your learning part. Don't just take action and then you ain't learning nothing, because then you're going to be a goddamn fool. And you're going to be taking action already 50 years old, talking about, damn, I was taking action in life. I didn't get lucky. I didn't get blessed, and all that kind of foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? You start talking like that. You've heard people talk like that because, you know, they foolish, because they didn't go and learn nothing. They just kept doing some shit. So we got to understand both sides. But right now, you need to take this action, take a step in the right direction. Maybe it's even getting a course. Maybe it's even getting a book. Maybe it's even reading something. Whatever action you know that in your heart you're supposed to have been taking, and you've been procrastinating on it, just take that one step. I ain't saying take 100 steps. Because you're going to start thinking about some shit and get overwhelmed and just sit back and go play some fucking video games, take a nap, or call somebody, or just do whatever, play around the internet. That's what you're going to do, right? We all do that shit because we get overwhelmed. So I just say, put one foot in front of the other. Don't think about running no goddamn marathon. Think about taking one foot and putting it in front of the other. And then when that foot is in front of there, you take the other foot and put it in front of the other one. And you look up and you ran a goddamn marathon. That's how you run a marathon. Right? You don't think about, damn, I got 26 miles to run. Because you ain't running shit at that point. Like I said, you're gonna just, that inertia, you're going to bow. You can't get over your inertia like that. You're going to just be, you know, let me turn this TV on. I don't even got no motherfucking TV. I got a TV, but I don't got cable. I got none of that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't watch none of that shit. I know, because, I know I'm crazy. Don't do like me, because people label me crazy. God damn it. I'm crazy. But that's okay. You understand? I accept that. I am crazy, but goddammit, I'm going to be something. I'm going to impact this planet and live my goddamn dreams while being a crazy man. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know how I get down. So holla at you, man. Go do something. Take that step. LiveOutBeats.com. I love you, man. It's just what it is, man. Let's live these dreams. When else we going to live them? Tomorrow? All right, man. Peace.